Hi, this is Rob Andrews, and welcome to this week's session on building peak performance cultures. Today we're talking about stakeholder engagement. That's the principle we're talking about. You know, there are 9. And more specifically, we're talking about leadership communication. Just a little context, my best friend between 2006 and 2009 was a guy named Bob Knowlton. You can Google him if you like. He was a giant in this part of the world, and particularly in the recovery community. And Bob had been an actor of sorts. He had been a voiceover artist. He had done a lot of commercials. He was the talking head, or the voice really, of Continental Airlines at one time. And Bob woke up one day and decided that he had been a fake. He had been a charlatan, and that he had talked about things about which he had no real knowledge or no real passion, didn't really care anything about, and that he really wanted to devote his life and dedicate his service to integrity and honesty and transparency and authenticity. And for that reason, and there were some other things, but this is a short video, so we'll keep it short. He decided to develop a communications methodology, a leadership communications methodology that would enable leaders at all levels to deliver a message in such a fashion that their constituents, the people with whom you're interacting, would absolutely know that you know where you're going, that you believe what you're saying, and that there was something in it for them. He believed that those things were essential to engage stakeholder groups. So he did a lot of research, and ultimately he determined that the very first thing that one needs to do to enroll people, to enroll a workforce, to get people out of the stands and into the game, is to establish a connection, to establish, we're in this together. And so that's the first thing we do in our leadership communications workshop, is teach people to get related. The second thing he taught us to do was to lay out a vision. And he came to know through his research that constituents don't need a lot of detail at this point in the enrollment process, but they need to know that there is a vision. They need to know that there's a strategy, that there is a general strategy, not all the details, once again, but a strategy in terms of how to get there. They need to know what the implications are. What does it mean for them? What will they be required to do? What will they be required to sacrifice? Will it affect their lifestyle, their pay? And then he also determined that there was a real need for urgency. The need to lay out a case for urgency, because otherwise, why start today? And then to talk about the rewards. What's in it for the the people that you're going to ask to work harder or enroll and get in the game? And then finally, to really talk about the hardball issues, because in almost every organization there have been failed attempts, many starts and stops, and sort of really lay out the hardball issues and talk about them openly, and to invite people to weigh in and to address them head on. So that's a little bit about the communications methodology that we teach. And as you read in this week's blog post, we talked about Gordon Bethune and the way he engaged his workforce at Continental Airlines when he took Continental literally from worst in every measurable performance area to first, and did wonders with their stock, and just went on to become one of the most admired, accomplished CEOs in modern American history. And he did that by laying out a very specific plan and hitting all these 8 points. His constituents absolutely knew that he knew where he was going, that he believed what he was saying, and that there was something in it for them. So we're going to send you also a video of Gordon addressing his organization early in 1994. You'll see that it wasn't a great video. The production quality was not very good. His delivery was not that great. And just like our communications methodology teaches, You don't have to be a great orator to be a great leader. You don't have to be a great orator to move an organization. What you do have to do is to deliver a message that is formulaic, hits the points, and really engages your stakeholders in a certain way. So I hope this is helpful, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you so much.